Welcome to my store. Okay, what we're here to do today is switch this over to a saltwater tank. Right now he's got African cichlids in it. He's called alligator, and he looks like he's got some mostly yellow labs and just assorted Africans. So we're going to make this saltwater, and he's got the canister filter down here. So we're going to convert that, take the biomaterial out of it so that you're not just creating more nitrates. Okay, so I'm going to pass the camera over to him, and I'm going to get to work. So, first thing we got to do is take the fish out, because they won't do well in salt water. So the easiest thing to do to move fish that are fair size, you take a plastic bucket, you line it with a garbage bag, you fill it full of water, and then you tie the garbage bag. You always must have it in a sealed container. Okay, either in a plastic bag, or if you got a jar, put the lid on it, stuff like that, because what happens is the fish breathe out ammonia, and they also breathe out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide lowers the pH of the water, which makes the ammonia less toxic. Okay, so if you have fish and they're in a bucket and you don't have a sealed container, the carbon dioxide escapes because it's a very volatile gas, and the ammonia will become very toxic and they will die. They don't like that. We're also taking the rocks out because, of course, we want to put live rock in here, which will form this substantial part of the filter. Okay. Okay, we got some water in there, some water in here, and it's always a good idea to unplug things. So these fish will go back to the store, and you'll get trade-in value for them, and then we'll sell them to some other person that will go live in a new home. You might see them at the store in a couple other videos. So you just went and started up the python. We got the water in the buckets now, so we'll just put the rest down the drain. And we'll wait till the water gets a little bit lower, and then we'll catch the fish, because they're ever so much easier to catch when they can't go anywhere. So what we'll do now is we'll change his filter. Like you see, he's got the quick release valves, so we just turn them off. Make sure you turn them the right way. If they're not going to go, do not force them. These will break very, very easily. I know because I keep selling them to people who broke them. When you have the valves closed, never try to take the lid off, okay? Okay. I had one customer, he took the tabs off. You can't get it, you get your Leatherman out. Well, it's not a Leatherman, it's a multi-tool though. I think it's better than Leatherman. Pop the tabs off. Now, you can't get that off. But as soon as you undo that and let the air in, it'll come off. This guy spent an hour and a half trying to figure out how to do that. He was not happy when I laughed at him. And just to make sure there's no mess, you set it in a bucket, you take the lid off, give her a shake, It's always good to clean your impeller. You just turn that, and you never force anything. Like, a lot of these things have ceramic shafts. That's ceramic, and it's very brittle. But it's also very smooth. Now, you want to clean the gunk and everything off of the impeller. It'll work with a lot of gunk in it, but it won't start with a lot of gunk in it. So you stick your finger down in there, etc. And this just goes in a little rubber cap at the other end. If you ever pull it out and you have it broken in there, it's really, really almost impossible to get that thing out. It's right down in a deep hole. So then you put this back in there, that shoves forward, you press down, and you put the cap on. You see you got the rubber cup there, and it just goes on. Never force anything. If you got to force it, you're not doing it right. Okay. In the filter right now, this is set up biologically with the sponges and everything. We're going to take them out. Okay. For today, we're going to leave the ceramic tubes in, and we're just going to leave it empty otherwise. What we're going to do when we get the live rock, we're going to put live rock in it. And it's just going to be pieces of live rock. Because if you set it up with a biological type filter in it, you have the ammonia converted to nitrites, converted to nitrates. And then you're left with nitrates in your water. If you have the live rock in it, the bacteria on the outside of the rock, they will oxidize the ammonia, the nitrite, and then by that time the water soak in through the rock, so inside the rock it'll be anaerobic, no oxygen. And then you have the bacteria that take the nitrate and break it down into nitrogen gas. If you don't get a complete conversion, it converts it back to either nitrite or ammonia. Then the bacteria on the outer surface of the rock reconverts it back to nitrates, and therefore you don't have any ammonia in your tank. What I'm doing right now is doing a gravel clean because I got to take the water out anyhow, and this way the gravel won't be smelly. Somebody will probably use this for, you know, kid with a freshwater tank. We'll give them a deal on it, and that way I don't have to throw it out. I'm a bit of a pack rat. You might have noticed my story. So as you can see, you just put it down to the bottom. You see the dirt, it starts to get clear, you move it up, you move it over. You've seen other videos we did of aquarium maintenance. We did the one-handed fish tank today. Clean the fish tank with one hand. Hold the camera in the other hand. Well, during March break I'll have my son, and then we can shoot a lot more.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, people want to see how it's done, and camera's a little shaky. We get a lot of comments about shaky camera work, but it lends authenticity to the video. And as I told you in the very first video, I didn't say it was going to be professional. Our first video, we had this huge flood. We didn't plan it or nothing. I put the hose in the tank. I was filling her up to shut the filter up, and we're halfway through this really serious video, and all of a sudden, whoop,
Water.
oh man, yeah. Luckily it was at the store and we got floor drains, so it was just pretty spectacular. And that kind of set the tone for the videos.